Hey, this is Manjuna Chandraya. Welcome back to the channel. Today's session we'll be learning how to add Mr. and Mrs. before the names in Excel. So I have a small data with the names and the genders. I need to add the Mr. and Miss before the names. For that, what we can do, we can use a if function here. Open bracket. The logical test is first we need to test whether they are gender, male or female. So first equals b2. So if it is male, so I'm going any text if you're starting, you should start with the double quote, end with the double quote, comma. This is the logical text. So the value, if it is true, if this is true, if it's a male, in this case it is male, yes, right? F M. So if a true value, then what we need to add is Mr. So again, start with is a text double quote, Mr. dot space to have that name and end with the double quote. So this is getting prior and add and. So we need to add this with the name. Selecting this. Okay, I'm closing the bracket, hit enter. Now you can see Mr. Rajesh. You can drag it down for the wherever it says male, it is taking the Mr. Whatever females, we have not defined it. So again go to the formula. Prior to A2, just delete the bracket, start with the comma. So it says value if is false. So straight away you can give because either there is only two options, is male and female. There is no third option here, right? In that case, what you can do is if if it's a female, then we can do it as use a double quote ms dot space is double quote and the name and close the bracket. So now you can see for the female it is taking as Miss Sneha, Miss Anita, Miss Kavya, Miss Mary, Meera. So we are able to get the all the information for male and female. So let's move on to one more little bit further. So it's how to add Mr. for male, Miss for female that we have already done for the unmarried. And if it is a married, they should be mistress. So how to add these things here? So we have three options here: name, gender, marital status, and results. With result, we need to find it. So similarly, we start with the if function. Start with the first male if it's a male. So B2 if it's a male, that is M. So if it is a male, if they testing it, it says value if it's true. The value if it is true is again double quote Mr. M dot space double quote and Rajesh, right? So let's close the bracket. Now we can see first condition is met. The rest is showing us false as it is M, it is taking the condition. We have not defined for the female part. Female, so when you go to the here, we remove the bracket says comma, so it says look up a value if it is false. Here we can't define it directly saying that if it is female it should be Miss. But there is a one more catch where we need to find whether their marital status, whether they're married or unmarried. If they're married, it should be mistress, and if it is unmarried, it should be Miss, right? So how to do that? So again, you can start with the if function. So the false, if it is false, this is true function. Open bracket, logical test. So we are again testing the gender. This gender is it is female, F, comma. If it is female, so one condition. So here we have two condition, right? So one is for gender and the marital status. We both use. So I'll go ahead and remove this. So here open bracket, I use and. There are two functions we need to define here. One is for the whether they are female, if they female, whether they are married or unmarried. So two conditions that should meet to define whether they are Mr. and Mistress. So and so again I start with the column B to test. This is female. This is meets. Okay. This first condition, first logical test. And means both the conditions should match. So if it is this conditions match, then second condition is marital status, that is column C is equal to double quote, you can write it as married. So I can directly take it as married. If they are married, close the bracket. Okay, now the logical test is met. So as you can see, if and B4 is nothing but the gender is equal to MF, that is whether they are female, and the other condition is C4, it is marital status if it is married. These two conditions should match, and it's not or, it is and. So both the conditions should match. B4 and C4 should match. Should match with based on this condition. F are married. So I'll put a comma. So the value is value is true. Value if it is true. So if it is true, what should you get? If it is they married, again I'll shoot the double quote M R S mistress space, okay, double quote and the name, right? So I'll just close this, hit enter. Just hit enter. I copy the formula down. Now you can see if Anita female married and mistress. So we can see the unmarried it is not defined, right? The last condition we need to define it here. So go to the formula back to the end of the formula, remove the bracket, just put a comma. You put a comma, it says false value if it is false. If these two conditions is not met, if it is not male and if it is a female and is married, also fine. After that, if these two condition is not there, then what will be condition would be female unmarried. So straight away I don't need to set this formula again. I just put it as miss dot space double quote and Rajesh. Close the bracket. So now we can see these two condition if it is not male and if it is female, if it is married, fine. If it is not unmarried, the last option would be is Miss Priya. So you can see here Miss Priya married, Mr. Arjun. Whenever a female married, it says Mistress Kavya. Here you can see female married. Let me change it to unmarried. Automatically it changes to Miss Meera. Right? I hope this function was helpful, and do let me know for any other function. I'll try to create a video on it. Thank you for your time. Happy learning.